Apple Mountain News this morning. We have some tips on how to keep you and your home safe if you need to burn anything outdoors as we enter this year's fire season. And a local library celebrates its latest expansion meant to give Eastern Kentuckians a place to host some fun and meaningful events.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning to you. It's almost 6:30 here. I'm Dakota Makris. Good morning. It's Monday, if y'all didn't know that. Yeah, we gotta get back to work. Let's head over to Brandon for a look at our forecast this morning. Brandon, almost lost my train of thought there, and there you are, popped up now. I was just gonna keep talking until you popped up.
It's okay. I'm here.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. And the conditions are fairly quiet this morning. A little cloudy out there, which has helped kind of give us a blanket to hold in some of the heat from yesterday. We didn't have a whole lot of heat to hold in, but some of it's still out there this morning. Let's take a look at Corbin along I-75. And again, temperatures in the 50s there at the London Corbin Airport. Not too bad at all this morning. 54 Manchester, Hazard, 49 Clintwood, 57 Jacksboro and Somerset, down to 49 in Irvin. So they're dropping into the 40-degree club. 46 in Wise, the cool spot. I just saw 48 in Ashland too right before we switched the graphic. Breakfast forecast, again cloudy this morning in many areas, but the sunshine will be out before you know it. Skies will gradually start to clear through about mid-morning, and then by this afternoon, lots of sunshine and temperatures in the upper 60s. Dakota?
All right, Brendan, thank you. The death toll from Hurricane Ian continues to increase. At least 82 deaths are confirmed in Florida and 4 in North Carolina. As CBS's Christian Benavides reports from Fort Myers Beach, Florida's road to recovery will be long and uncertain for many.
Hurricane Ian carved a deadly path of destruction across Florida in only a few hours. But the ongoing rescue and recovery will take time and resources.
We are continuing the first priority, which is saving as many lives as possible.
Such a big storm brought so much water that you're having basically what's been a 500-year flood event.
In some parts of Florida, flooding is getting worse. The St. Johns River in Seminole County keeps rising. Those nearby need boats to get to their homes.
We're at the deep end, so I think these first 4 houses are all flooded, and the rest are just getting flooded.
On Sanibel, these volunteers brought residents of the hard-hit West Coast barrier island to safety.
It came up about 4 feet in the house, so I've been living upstairs.
Here in the Fort Myers area, the damage is so bad, local elected leaders have used words like catastrophic and life-changing to describe the devastation. This street just one example of that. It's lined with boats washed ashore by storm surge. Lee County officials, meantime, continue to defend the timing of their evacuation orders, less than 24 hours before Ian made landfall.
Warnings for hurricane season start in June, and so there's a degree of personal responsibility here. I think the county acted appropriately. The thing is that a certain percentage of people will not heed the warnings regardless.
As a new week begins, more than 500,000 Floridians remain without power. Christian Benavides, CBS News, Fort Myers Beach, Florida.
President Joe Biden is heading to Puerto Rico today to tour damage from Fiona and to Florida on Wednesday. Well, Hurricane Ian could have an impact on Florida's upcoming elections. In Lee County, the elections office was in the middle of mailing out 183 absentee ballots when the storm hit. The Bonita Springs vendor handling the work had only finished half of it when it lost power and became unable to move forward. At least one full-time election team member lost her home. Most of the counties should meet the October 6th deadline for sending out absentee ballots. However, contingency plans may be needed, especially in Lee County, where many in-person polling places have been destroyed. And help is arriving in the areas impacted by Hurricane Ian from across the country. And one Kentucky man is serving on behalf of the Bluegrass chapter of the American Red Cross as he prepares to assist with recovery efforts. Today, David Silver of Richmond continues his work on Florida's west coast in areas devastated by Hurricane Ian, a storm he narrowly missed getting stuck in the middle of. Last week, he was celebrating his birthday on Sanibel Island. That area saw massive amounts of damage during the storm.
I literally came home Tuesday and Wednesday when the storm hit.
Well, Silver says he will spend the next 2 weeks taking his emergency response vehicle on a route through the Fort Myers area, giving out food, water, and any other assistance he can offer. Kentucky's fall forest fire season began this past weekend, and officials are reminding people about the burn laws and other precautions to take. Our Jordan Mullins talked with Pike County Emergency Management about how to keep your home safe and the specifics of those burn laws and how to prevent and report forest fires.
Emergency management officials in Pike County are reminding folks that fall forest fire season begins soon. Between October 1st and December 15th, several laws regarding burning brush or trash go into effect.
There is a burning ban. You can only burn from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. Not within 150 foot of the wildland forest area.
Officials are also advising people to keep their homes safe in case a wildfire gets out of hand.
The biggest thing is for people to try to have a perimeter around their homes. If they live really close to the hillside, rake, leaf blowers, try to keep like leaves from piling up and brush from piling up close to your homes.
And safety measures to prevent forest fires if you do need to burn.
Make sure you have a defensible space around the fire itself, that you're not close to any leaf piles. If you're going to be burning leaves, then, try to have a water hose close, even if it's after dark.
Officials add that if things do get out of hand, call 911.
If it's on the hillside somewhere that's not close to homes, they'll dispatch the forestry department. If it is, like I say, within 100 foot of a home, they'll call the local fire department and they'll dispatch a crew out.
And if you see a forest fire, make sure to report it. In Pike County, Jordan Mullins, WYMT Mountain News.
Well, the Emergency Management Director says the spring forest fire season between February 15th and April 30th was worse than normal, but hopes the fall season will be much more calm. October marks the start of several seasons for hunters in Kentucky. Saturday marked the beginning of turkey, crossbow, possum, and raccoon seasons. It also marked the beginning of catch and release trout season for fishers. Wildlife officials are reminding hunters to get their license before heading out this fall. You can learn more on fw.ky.gov. On Friday, 3 hikers got lost on one of the more rough portions of the Red River Gorge trail system. The group, including a 6-year-old, made a wrong turn and needed to be rescued. In a Facebook post, Wolfe County Search and Rescue says 2 team members were able to find the trio using GPS coordinates on their phones. And the team wants to remind hikers to plan ahead and know your route and have navigational tools. A Wayne County man is facing several charges, including attempted murder. Police say they responded to several calls of abuse and domestic violence at a home on Kelsey Road in Monticello. Deputies say on Tuesday they went to the home twice, and on the second visit, the victim had marks on her body and told police 38-year-old Thurman Barnes had beaten and choked her until she passed out. Thurman had left the home and police were unable to find him, but Thursday he showed up to court for an unrelated case. Police arrested him and he was taken to the Wayne County Detention Center. Also in Wayne County, 5 people were injured after an ambulance and a truck hit each other. The crash happened just after 5 p.m. on Saturday at the intersection of North Main Street and the Kentucky 90 bypass. Officials say the ambulance had its sirens and lights on when it crossed the intersection. The ambulance was carrying a patient at the time. Both the patient and the EMT treating the patient had to be flown to Lexington. And the Wolf Creek Dam will be getting a facelift with new spillway gates next year. The dam forms Lake Cumberland, which is a major tourist attraction for the region. Officials say a 2016 report said the gates had to be subject to overstress due to friction issues, which could cause more issues down the road. And the gates lifting equipment have been in use since the structure was finished in 1952. The project is expected to begin in 2023. Small towns may see small businesses come and go, but one Corbin establishment is aiming to stand the test of time. But that comes with its own set of puzzles. Arlissa Williams talked with the owners of the Great Escape in Corbin to look back on their time in business as they celebrate their 4-year anniversary.
What started as a random idea has now turned into a staple of entertainment for Southeast Kentuckians.
I was with a friend of mine. We were sitting in the garage. We had done a couple of escape rooms before, so we decided to open one up.
The Great Escape is an escape room experience located in Corbin that will be celebrating its 4th anniversary on Monday. But the Great Escape owners, Justin and Emily Howard, say off seasons and the pandemic left the pair uncertain that the business would continue.
I mean, we were shut down for like 6 months, so it's really hard to keep the business open. But our landlord, she was spectacular. She worked with us through the whole thing. And we had a lot of people that would just buy t-shirts or gift cards or whatever while we were closed down for when we reopened, just to keep us going.
Looking back, the pair say they feel grateful that they were able to overcome their hardships, especially since the two of them had never owned a business before.
We really didn't know how it would go opening up in Corbin, not being like a big town, but we've been extremely lucky, and we've definitely had some hard times and made some difficult decisions to keep the business open, but it's thriving more than ever. So
Emily Howard says the biggest reward of this venture is not only offering a sense of escape to the people of Southeast Kentucky, but being able to create more time for family.
we're so thankful that this business has allowed us to be better parents for our kids and allowed us to be involved in our family so much, and that just means so much to us.
The Howards advise anyone with hopes of opening a business to just go for it, because pursuing your dream could be your great escape. In Corbin, Alyssa Williams, WYMT Mountain News.
Well, the Great Escape offers various escape room experiences and will be offering a Christmas theme room in the near future. And to learn more about the business, you can go to WYMT.com. Big Blue Madness Camp Out is an annual tradition for Kentucky basketball fans, but the COVID-19 pandemic forced fans to take a 2-year break. This year, the fans brought their tents back to the Avenue of Champions and camped out for free tickets to Big Blue Madness. 11-year-old Serena Lawson says she's a lifelong Wildcat fan. She's been participating in Big Blue Camp Out for as long as she can remember.
I used to walk on the sidewalks and I'd have a megaphone and I'd be screaming like "Go Cats" and "Go Big Blue" and spell it out and stuff. I've always loved coming to them.
UK staff members say 319 control cards were handed out at the campout. Each card could be exchanged for 2 tickets to Big Blue Madness, and they sold out in under 2 hours.
Coming up on 6:41, and if I'm not mistaken, that's going to be at the Appalachian Wireless Arena in Pikeville a little bit later on this month. I believe it's this month anyway. Let's take a look at our temperatures this morning, and we'll see again 49 in Clintwood, 49 in Irvin, 48 in Ashland, and 46 in Wise. Those are the coolest spots in our region. 57 Somerset and Jacksboro this morning. And as we take you out the door, it's going to be gloomy out there for just a little bit, but skies will gradually clear as we head into the afternoon hours. Sunshine takes us up to about 67 a little bit later on today. Dakota?
All right, Brendan, thank you so much. 6:41 when we come back here on Mountain News this morning. If you enjoy your fair share of cheeses, well, you might want to check your fridge before enjoying some to prevent yourself from getting sick.